that Inverleigh, where the mighty fighting Hawks.
We're going to take a look at the ladder now, where the situation is at this part of the season. We see Inverleigh Hawks still dominating the competition with 10 wins and so far undefeated. North Geelong Magpies will have a crack at that this afternoon with a bit of luck. Followed by Belpost Hill Panthers, North Geelong Magpies, Bannockburn Tigers and Belmont Lions sitting there currently in 5th position. Just outside the 5 at the moment with Tommy Tigers knocking on the door. And then there's a fair gap then to East Geelong, Anarchy, Werribee Centrals, Geelong West. Wait till see opening their account for 2015 and the Crow Devils still on the bottom of the ladder. We'll take a look at the goal kicking now. No surprise there, Tom Mullane Grant sitting on top, but he must have been injured. What was he injured last week? Really?
No.
Just couldn't get a kick.
No, they played very, very well on him.
Gee whiz, that's unbelievable. 12 goals a week before and nothing last weekend. Jason
He
Buddy...
got one, didn't he?
No,
didn't get any.
well, not according to the official
I'm
scoreboard.
pretty sure he got one.
Jason Buddy, Jamie Pittman, right down there to Justin Tarr with his 5-goal haul last week for the Belpost Hill Panthers. Well, every Saturday morning we look forward to the Colts segment, and here he is, Mum's favourite, Alex Tagani. Good morning, Alex.
Thanks for that, Dick. I might be the favourite just looking at that ladder because I was the only one that picked Winchelsea last week. But let's talk about Colts for a second because we mentioned to your North Geelong boys, and we caught up with their coach, Anthony Davis, and their acting captain in Bryce Brockenshire. In local footy, with every great challenge comes a great opportunity, and here we have the North Geelong Colts in Division 2. Coach Anthony Davis, first year coach after Premiership assistant coach. How have the boys been going?
Yeah, look, week on week we're playing 4 quarters. We pushed Drysdale for 3.5 quarters. We beat West, and then we've had a couple of blowouts. Mainly due to lack of rotations. We get our full side back. We'll compete with the best of them in Division 2, so I'm pretty happy with the way they're going.
Yep. And talking of who comes in, who comes out, roughly how many changes are we looking at a week? Because I understand there's a few under-16s players filling some gaps.
Yeah, we'll have 4 under-16s playing today. They played last night, so at least they had a break. We've got 8 out at the moment, so a few injured and a couple overseas on holidays. So they come back into the side. Our captain's obviously out. We'll mix it with the best of them, and it's all about effort and intensity, and the side's got plenty of that.
Yeah. Well, not that you do want to lose any players, but we love it to see Colts players go up to seniors, and at North Geelong we've seen that over the years with Miller, Podner. Are there any players in particular that have caught your eye that look ready to go?
Well, obviously, Corey Elmer's already in the seniors, and Charlie Farrell's playing for the Falcons, so that's 2 guys that have taken the next step. There's quite a few boys will be backing up in the reserves today. Probably Swinnerson and Bryce over here on your side there, and Michael Nielsen would be pushing for selection, as well as Lockie Hayes, who come across this year. So quite a few bright futures there.
Yep. Well, good segue to bring us to our mate Bryce here. I believe you're acting captain for today. Take us through your wisdom that you've implemented to your team.
Well, I'm assistant captain, so I've obviously taken over the captaincy role at the moment, so I'm taking all the warm-ups and all that sort of stuff. I have to say I don't like it as much as assistant coach, so I can step back and do a bit, be in the background in a way, but that's to say it's a good challenge, a good experience for me to learning.
Yeah. Now, just in terms of your leadership group, our first Colt this year that we had on the show was the original skipper, and Zach. Can you give us some background on his North Geelong game?
Are we talking about Zach?
Yeah.
Zach, he's a very good player. He's very big miss for the past few weeks. Obviously, he's a big out in our centre, sort of runs the whole game. But, yeah, he's a very good player and definitely a bright future in front of him.
Yep. One last one. You look behind us, mate. You guys had a very special moment on that ground last year. When you come here this morning, what's the first thing you think about when you look at that ground?
First thing I think about is always the grand final. It was the best moment in my life, especially sharing it with my best mates too. Brings back a lot of memories. Hopefully it's going to be a good day today. Obviously, hopefully we can also be in the finals and playing here again this year, but we'll see how it goes today.
Very well said, both of you, and we wish you best of luck on behalf of the whole GDFL.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Alex will be back again next Saturday morning talking Colts footy, and a great interview there with Anthony Davis, and of course Bryce Brockenshire, the captain of the North Geelong Colts Magpies. Fantastic indeed. Okay, now we have got a very special guest on the show this morning. It's a community round for the umpires. He's the regional director of umpiring for the AFL Barwon for the whole region. And the umpires, well, first of all, introduce him. His name is Jock Hillgrave. Good morning, Jock.
Morning, Dick.
Now tell me, mate, I did hear a rumour that it's the 80th anniversary of the umpires for the Geelong Umpires, Victorian Umpires League, Geelong Umpires League in Geelong. The question I've got for you is Brendan Beveridge umpired in every game since the inception?
Most likely, I'd say.
Good on you, mate. Well, welcome anyway, and tell us a little bit about yourself and what's going on in the umpires. And obviously, you're always looking for new recruits, aren't you?
Yeah, we never stop recruiting. In fact, we get people walking the door in July, even August. And it's available to everybody, so families, old, young, fit, not so fit. It's just a great sport to be in. So, my journey is I'm a Geelong born and bred person. The Geelong Umpire Life member. Umpired not quite 250 games. I got more into the coaching side of it. And then I was able to snare a full-time role with the AFL up in Canberra, where I've been for the last 5 years. And then this job opportunity come up in Geelong, so it got me home, and I'm really rapt to be back.
Have you umpired a granny?
Me? I've umpired a couple of junior grand finals, and I've umpired a Bowenheads Ocean Grove Reserve Grade grand final. And it went right to the wire, and something I'll remember for a while.
Well, no, Mitch, you're a great fan of umpires. I've heard you out of Thompson.
Yeah, he'd crack it. Yeah, I do.
Charade.
Brendan will improve if he stays another 80 years too, just quietly.
Thank God for that.
Jason, Jock was a really good umpire. A good umpire. He umpired. I played in a lot of games.
Thompson must have won those games.
No. He was. You know what he was? He was someone who used common sense.
Very good.
And didn't get too offended if he gave him a bit of a burst. But he was a good umpire. As a matter of fact, he painted my house. Dick. So another good job there. So if anyone wants a painter out there in his spare time, he can do that as well. But
junket?
No, it wasn't a junket. We did pay a bit of cash.
Is that why you were
ask him a question.
Was that why you were there?
That's right. I am going to ask you, your journey to Canberra was probably a pretty brave one, to be quite truthful. It's probably something that you had a passion for. How did you think that developed you as an umpire's coach and a person that could go to the next level?
Yeah, it developed me as it gave me such a broader spectrum on AFL footy, and when you see the layers of footy in New South Wales and Queensland and the ACT, it's just everywhere from Oz kick all the way up to seniors. I was able to mix with the national staff with Hayden Kennedy, Wayne Campbell and Jeff Geeshan at the time with Rowan Saws, so I was able to really expose myself into some really high levels. But, I could watch an AFL game at Manuka one day and then I'd be at Nowra on the coast the next day watching some under-8s, under-9 umpires. So it's just a big diversity, broader knowledge, and it was just a lot of fun.
How do you think the umpires here, the skills, that you've brought with you, how is that transferable? And where do you see our umpires sitting, the Geelong group? Where would you place them as a development group and as a group of umpires? I'm not trying to knock anyone or anything like that, but how do you see, where do you see the development?
We look at ourselves as a club and a team.
Yeah.
I think we've got a really strong team. We're redeveloping with younger umpires. We've got a really, really good experienced crop of senior umpires and bringing people through. We're well placed. We're well placed for the next 10, 15 years. The group of umpiring, what I've brought is an update of the 3 umpire system, more an AFL style of bringing them closer to players. We get more congested play. We want to bring the umpires closer so they're in the best position to see the best decisions. And so that's been a challenge for the group, and I think they're doing it pretty well. A lot more consistency on knowledge, really tight on laws of the game and what we're processing, what we're seeing. But we've got a pretty simple game plan from all levels, from seniors to juniors. Protect the player, let the players play footy, zero tolerance, and be approachable.
Mate, just a quick one from me. I saw a couple of young boys and girls last year boundary umpiring, battled to throw it over their head. The umpire kept calling it back all the time. 6, 7 months on, those kids aren't doing that anymore. Obviously, you put a hell of a lot of time into your developing your little young boundary umpire as well, because they've got a lot better. Yeah,
well, the boundary umpire, the initial entry point is about year 7, so around 12 years old. And they grow and develop over a season. We give them skills training and trying to get the ball thrown in more. But, when they first start off, it's going to struggle, and the ball's going to have to be rethrown in a couple of times. That's okay.
Yep.
Jock, thanks very much for coming in this morning, and I know you've got a very busy day scheduled and everything like that. wish you all the best for the umpiring. Good luck for the 80th anniversary. And we're only joking about Brendan. He's only been around for 75 years. But fantastic, mate. Thanks for coming in once again.
No worries, thank you, anytime.
Good on you, mate. Jock Hillgrove, the Regional Director of Umpiring in the AFL Barwon region. We're going to take a break, come back and talk about all the action on this afternoon, including the big one out of the Inverleigh Oval. We'll back after this.
We come together, the best from all the league, to show them how to play and form a mighty team. The pride of our region with all our favourite sons.